Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So today in this video we will gonna discuss about the GeoWebCache. So GeoWebCache also comes inside the Geoserver. So basically it is already integrated into the Geoserver for the tile caching or fast rendering of the tiles onto the web map. So basically it basically optimizes by saving the map your map tiles or map images. So when they're requested, so just it will take from the cache and it will just serve onto the client. So it will make pretty fast rendering of the images. So suppose you have a very heavy file, raster files, satellite images, or you have a very heavy OSM data base map kind of thing. So it will create that tiles. It will create a tile and directly it will render onto the client as per the request. So otherwise, most mapping clients render a web map service every time when it is queried. When from the client side query sent to the server Geoserver, so it will create a web map tiles and it will just render. So it will take too much of time. So GeoWebCache is basically optimization kind of thing. So there are two ways of doing it. You can either publish the layer to the Geoserver and just through the GeoWebCache create the tiles and it just will store into the space. Either you can store that into a cloud, like I will show you in this video, like using the S3 Bucket AWS. You can store those tiles into that, or you can store into your machine also, and directly it will render from the tiles. This is the one way. So you create the tiles and you just render it directly. It will be very fast, but whenever data is updated, then you have to regenerate the tiles. Then another way is like you can use WMTS service kind of thing. So it is a combination kind of thing. So what it will do, basically it will render onto the web map. Whenever you zoom it first time, it will take some time to load, but as it is rendered first time, so it will save those into the cache, and then it will keep on saving those tiles, and it will render onto the map. So first time it will take some time, but after that second time it will be very fast. So both the ways can be explored. So GeoWebCache is basically a very good tool. So it will regenerate the tiles also after some time. If there is an expiry of tiles also, you can set that time limit. So those kind of things you can play with GeoWebCache. So I will show you in both the cases to store those tiles into the cloud also, and from there how to render onto the web map, or you can store those tiles onto the local storage and from there you can render. So one way is very simple. You just create the tile and keep it in the store. There is no need of Geoserver after that. You have a tiles inside the folders or inside the cloud. You can directly, using the Openlayers API, you can render onto the map using XYZ source. But those tiles will be very static kind of thing. When data is updated, you want to update any data or something, then you have to regenerate the tile. Another way is you can use WMTS service of Geoserver. So it is basically you update, you can regenerate. After some time you can set the time limit, so it will regenerate those tiles also. So both the things we'll see how to do that. So first of all, you need to have a Geoserver installed. So I have installed the Geoserver inside the Tomcat. The WAR file I have deployed. So my version is 2.21.0. So we will install the plugin, GWC plugin for S3. GWC S3 plugin, this one. So for storing those tiles onto the cloud, because now everything is moving onto the cloud, so you can store those files. So there is a plugin for that. So you just go on Geoserver page and we will download this plugin. Geoserver, we will download. We'll go to the download directory and just will click here, and there is an option called extensions. And now because we have this 21.0, okay, then it is fine. So 2.21.0 extension. Otherwise you can go to the Geoserver here, so you will find all the versions here. So I have the latest one, so I will click here only 2.210, then extension, and here you can download the GWC, this one, GWC S3 plugin. Just click here, so your plugin will be downloaded. Let me remove the earlier one first. So I think it has been downloaded. Let me check. Yeah, it has been downloaded. Yeah, it has been downloaded. I'll just copy this somewhere here, and just you extract here to one folder, and then we have to copy those jar file. So like I have deployed my GeoServer inside the Tomcat. I will go to the web apps folder of Tomcat, GeoServer, webinf, lib. Here we have to paste all these jar files. Just copy paste this and replace whatever it will ask. Just do that and just restart your GeoServer. In my case, I will restart my Tomcat because my GeoServer is deployed inside that. Otherwise, you can restart your GeoServer if you have installed the Windows version or some other version. So like this is the, we have downloaded GWC S3. So now I will show you both the cases where you can store those tiles in the local machine and in the cloud also. So now we will start the service again, and we will just refresh our GeoServer page. So now we will log in to the GeoServer to see whether our plugin has been installed properly or not, and just directly go to the blobs. This is the tile caching option. Just go to the Blobstores. So you should get one option when we will add new one. So we will get S3 Blobstore. It means we have installed. So both the things we will create, File Blobstore also and S3. So first we will create a File Blobstore. So where in this option we can we'll just give your name. You just give GWC data, and here just select any directory where you want to save your tiles. Let me just, inside web apps only, I will create one folder, Tomcat web app. You can create this folder inside GeoServer data directory also, no problem in that. Okay, so now just select browse. So if you have created inside data directory, so here you can create any folder, but I have created in the C directory, Apache, my Tomcat and web apps, GWC data. So here just OK, and here it will ask you the tile that directory layout. So I will select the TMS one. You can let it be default only, that depends on you, but I am using TMS also because I will show you how to render through Openlayers without GeoServer also. So in that case, these tiles, once tiles is created and will be stored in the cloud or in the directory, you can render those directly using Openlayers. There is no need of GeoServer. That's why I'm using this one. Otherwise you can use GeoWebCache by default also. So now TMS layout, and I'll just save it. So now we have created. Now for creating another one, cloud one Blobstore, we have to give so many things, bucket name, AWS secret. So I will show you how to do that. So for that you need to have a AWS account. So you can create a free tier account. Just go on Google and type AWS free tier account. You can here sign up for that. Just give email ID and everything. Just create a free account. Here there is option. Very quickly you can create, just give email ID and address. Just you have to give one credit card number also, so you can sign up for that. So I have already signed up, so I'll just directly log into that. So now just will log in using the email ID, and I'll just give the password. So this is the free tier account. Just search for the S3 bucket here. So what I will do, we will create a bucket. We will create these access keys also, and then we will give these options. So for that we will create S3 bucket. Just search here S3 and go for buckets. So we will create new bucket first. So what I will do, I will remove this bucket, first bucket. What it is saying, let me delete this. So now we will create we will delete this bucket also. We will create a fresh bucket. So I'll show you how to create bucket, what settings we have to do. Let me just delete this also. So we will go in S3, we will search here S3 and S3 bucket. We'll create, just click on S3, and here you will get the option of creating a bucket. Just go on create new bucket, just give any name. Let me just give name Geoserver 2022. I'll give this name, and here let it be like this only. First block all access and simply just create. Now we have created a bucket. Now what we have to do, we have to do some settings to make it accessible through Geoserver. So we will click on this bucket and we will just go on permissions. First of all, we have to make it a public. So just edit, uncheck this and just save changes, and here just type confirm. So now we have made it public. So now we have made it public. So we have to give some kind of bucket policy so anyone can read or write what anyone can do. So for that we have to just this JSON line we have to copy here. I'll just show you. Edit this policy, bucket policy, because no one should be able to delete or anything, change your this thing. So we'll just give the read access. Just type this one and just copy your this ARN and replace here, because this is some earlier bucket. So I'll just do this. So now we are allowing get object only. We are not, no one will be able to delete or update anything, only can get the information from the bucket. So we have to allow this. So this bucket policy we have to do. Otherwise there is an option for policy generator also. So you can generate the policy, then it will create a JSON for you. You can just select the options like bucket policy. You can select the options, whatever the permission you want to give, and then you can do. Otherwise you just copy paste this. I will give this in the description of the video. Just save it. So now it is, my bucket is public and anyone can read that. Just save it. So now access is public, and bucket setting we have given the bucket policy. Then object ownership we have to go, because when Geoserver should be able to create a folder or those kind of things. So in the log file I have seen it was throwing some error. This ACL access was not there, access control list. So we have to enable it. Just check on acknowledge and save changes. So it was Geoserver was throwing the error, that's why. So we have to make it public. Then we have to give the bucket policy like this, so anybody can read that. And object ownership ACL also we have to enable. And finally after that, because these tiles we want to render, which the tiles will be saved in the this cloud, we have to render that onto the web map. So there should not be a cross origin error. So for that also we have to I think copy paste few line. Let me just, in my earlier video I have given one piece of this JSON file. Let me just show you. I think this was the video, first video. In the description I have given both the things I have given here. This is then I'll just copy this and I will edit the CORS sharing and just paste this. So now we have done all the settings. We have made it public, we have added the bucket policy, we have enabled the ACL and also the CORS one. So now I think we are good to go. Just go to the bucket here, go inside the bucket. So now you should no object is there, but now, so we have bucket name. So we'll copy and paste this bucket name here. So we have to create Blobstores, add new and S3 one, and just identify, give any name. Let me just give S3 bucket name. We have to give this. Now this key we need to generate. So for that what you have to do, you have to go to your here, open GeoLab, here your basically name of your account, and then you have to go security credentials. So now here, as you can see, security credentials, you have access keys, access key ID and secret access key. Two options are there. just select here, and right now there is no one. Just create new access key and just download one. So it will download a CSV file for you. You just open that and just double click this, open this root key. So you have access key, both the things will be there, and as you can see, key ID is here. So both the things will be in the CSV file. You have to just give here. So now this is the access key ID and the secret key. So just first we will see, we'll copy key ID here and just we will paste it into the access key. Then second we'll just secret key, copy, and we'll just paste it, and then just give you just give any folder name inside, so that it will create that folder. Let me just give me tiles. So inside, let me just go to again my bucket, S3 buckets. So here inside this bucket it will create folder, and inside that it will store the tiles. Otherwise it will directly start doing inside the bucket. So you just give any name here. I will give tiles, and you can access type public, let it be, and just save it. So whenever you save it, yeah, it is created. So now if you go here and you refresh it, so you get this folder, tiles. Now inside this folder everything will be created, all the tiles. So now we have created both the things. So what I will do, I will publish one raster layer. So you can, let me just go for tiles layer first. Let me remove all the tiles layer. I have to remove this. We'll start from the scratch. So first we will create one store. What I will do two layers. One vector layer for the cloud, because it will be a small one. Then Sentinel data I will use image, and I will show you the tiles, how to generate tiles inside your machine only, how to generate the tiles and store. So I will create a new store, add new store. I will geotiff file. So here I will select any which should, let me just create new workspace first. India.com. So I have created a new workspace. Now inside the workspace I will create one more store, add new store, geotiff file, and I will give any name, Sentinel. Let me just give Sentinel name. Just browse the image where your image is there. Let me go for E drive tutorial. I think this one is fine, and you just save it. So one more thing you can do, you can use the cloud optimized geotiff also. As in my earlier video I have shown how to use, if you have image stored in the cloud, then also you can publish that TIFF file, and then you can create the tiles, and tiles will also be saved in the cloud. So both the things you can do. So in this I will just use simply this image which is stored in my machine only. Just save it. This is the layer name. Just publish it, and you can give any name. Let me just, and this is fine. You just save it. But if you go to the layer preview, Punjab Ludhiana open layer, so I think it will be true color composite, so we have to make it false color composite kind of thing. As yeah, it is grayscale kind of thing. So for that what we will do, this is the image. So inside QGIS you can open this, you can go to the properties, you can change the band combination like I have given 432. After that what you can do, you can just from here style, you can save style, and on the desktop you can give, just select SLD file and give any image, any file you can save. After that we will use the same that style. Okay, so now you can see this is the SLD file, and we will very quickly will go to the Geoserver, and we'll create a new style, add new style, and I will just give a name, Sentinel FCC. Okay, now I will copy that that SLD which we have created, and we will simply copy paste this one. So whatever composite you want to create, like this, just validate it. It will throw. Okay, I think it is fine. It is not throwing any error. Just save. So now we'll go back to our layers and Punjab Ludhiana and publishing tab. We will Sentinel FCC and just save it. Now we will see how our layers looks like. Now it is FCC, but now if I zoom it to some area, so you can see it is basically how slow it is in rendering. It is blurred. So this is actually WMS service is a bit slow. So we'll how to solve this using GeoWebCache. We will see how to create the tiles and how to render that. So I'll just close this. Now what I will do, we'll go into the caching defaults. Okay, this tile caching section, we have to work here now. Just enable this direct integration Geoserver WMS. Just save it. So two kind of grid set direct is available here: 900913 projection and 4326. So we will use 900913 grid set. So now as you can see, we have one folder is this one. So locally our tiles will be created in this folder GWC data, and on the cloud inside this folder. So one vector layer I will create tiles inside the cloud, and for raster layer I will create in the system. So now we will go to the tiles layer. I will remove this first. Okay, there is no layer. Now how to enable caching? Just go to the layer. I will select two layers. First is Punjab Ludhiana. I'll select tile caching. So create a cached layer, and here you have to select where you want to save your files. So I want to save in, for this raster file I will save in the machine. Let everything, don't change anything. And for this USA population one, this is a vector file. I'll go for tile caching. I'll select this, and here I will select the cloud one. Okay, so now if you go under tile layers, you'll see both two layers. One is cloud, one is this. So first we will see here, we'll create for this 900913 projection. Just you click here, so you'll see. So one way is, as this image start opening here in this folder, you see it has created the folder India Punjab Ludhiana EPSG 900913, and it start creating at zoom level. This is 11 zoom, so it has created tiles. Inside that you can see those many tiles. It has already start creating tiles. So now if I zoom to one more, zoom 12, so it will create one more folder 12. So it will start automatically creating the tiles whenever you zoom. So first time it will take time. Now suppose I will zoom to this one, zoom level 14, so it will create for that also. Then zoom 13 it is creating now, then zoom 14 also it will create. So like this it will create. So this is one way, you just render first time anyone will zoom to the data, it will create the tiles and will save it. Another way is, you can click here, see truncate, and you can create the tiles. I'll show you how to do that. So now this is the option for this layer. So here you have to select, okay, you either reseed all tiles, you can truncate, or I will generate missing tiles, because few of the automatically it has created. Just select the projection here, and you can select the zoom level like from 11, because before 11 no need of that. Otherwise you can take 10, and zoom you can take, I think we can go up to 15, 16, 17. So it will give you the number of tiles also after submitting. How many number of tiles it will create. 62,000 tiles are there. Estimating time, just keep on refreshing it, so it will show you how much time it will take to create those tiles. So it is still estimating, so let it create. We'll see after some time. And then for second one, top states, also right now as you can see there is no folder, nothing is there. For that also we will, if you click like this here for 9093 png, it will start creating tiles here. Just refresh it. Okay, wait. So this is now we have created, so automatically you will see if you refresh this, the folder will be created. This is the folder. Inside that already EPSG, this one PNG default. Now this is zoom level 4.5. So now it has also started creating the tiles, but we will seed it like this simply. Here also we'll select here image PNG, and zoom level will select, okay, from 4 to, let me go for 7 only. Oh, only 672 tiles are there. So here it is, let me just, because data is very small, so 16 tiles already completed, you can see. So you refresh it, but 32. So you can zoom it to further, so it automatically it will create it to zoom level 7 like this. So we will wait to create the tiles for both the things. So now you can see tiles are here. If you see here, zoom level 4, 5, 6, 7 it is creating. So it is creating zoom level. After that, inside that, this is x2, 3, 4, 5. Then inside that, these are the PNGs y. So like this it will, at every zoom level it will create. So here also if you see GWC data EPSG at 14 zoom level also it has started creating these tiles. See, you can see here at particular zoom. So at every zoom level you can create tiles and you can save it in the file and you can render it onto the web map very quickly. This is the way GeoWebCache works. So what now I will show you how to render it onto the web map. By the time it is generating this tile, let it generate the tiles. We will just see how to publish them onto the web map. Okay, we'll see that. This is the tile you can see here. Small tile it is creating. So for that what we will do, so we will create a folder inside the Tomcat only, no problem in that. Let me just go inside the Tomcat. And here I will create one folder, web apps. Let me just create, and I'll just write tile caching. One folder I will create, and this is my tile caching. So here just let me open VS Code. So we'll create a web page using Openlayers and we will render those tiles. So both the things I will show you through Geoserver how to render, or directly those tiles which we have saved inside the directory, how to render those directly without any GIS server. So both the ways I'll show you. I'll just click on open folder. Just okay. So now I'll just zoom it a bit. So we have this tile caching folder. Very quickly we'll create 3 files. One index.html, index.js JavaScript, and third one we will create style.css. Sorry, one more file we create, style.css. So here we'll write HTML tag very quickly, HTML5. Here I will write tile caching, and inside the body we will create one div. We'll give ID is equal to map. So we will render our map here, and style.css. Also we will give script, and here we'll give the source index.js. So now we have written this. Fine. Let me just copy very quickly few things from here. Style sheet also, let me just copy very quickly. This is the style. Okay, fine. And index.js map div is fine, and these are the style.css also. We will copy. So we'll create a simple, very simple in the style.css, very simple body HTML and map 100%. Now we will use the Openlayers directly. So let me just check the status. So I think for this already tiles have been created, and here let me just, okay, 1000 has been created now. So very quickly we'll go to Openlayers. So we have to import the libraries of Openlayers front-end API. Just we'll go quick start, and we'll just copy the CSS file very quickly in index.html. This is my style file, and this is the script for this one. Now this is fine. Now index.html, very quickly we will just create a view comma map. So we'll create a view. Let me just copy it from there. I don't know where it is. This is the view and map we will create. View we have created. So EPSG we will use. You can use 4326 also, 3857 no need, because automatically it can reproject 3857 to 4326. So let me just give 3857 EPSG, and zoom level, let me just let me go for 2 here. Map is fine. So view map, this target is basically this one which we have given, and we'll just save it and we'll try to go live. Port 5050. So let me run this. Localhost 5500. So your tile caching is there. Okay. Okay, there is some error in style.css. Okay, this name is wrong, so we have to just rename it. Style.css, now it is fine. Just save it, so it will again refresh. So now this is the map is there. So now we will copy this satellite base map also, OSM. We will map add layer this. To two base map we will add, satellite one OSM, and we will add this, and we will just reload very quickly. So yeah, this is, we have two map. Now we will add the this also layer switcher, and this one, and overlays also we will add. That will be empty initially. So now but here we have to include the library for that also. Layer switcher, this one, these two library we have to, you can go on Google and search for that. Third-party plugin of Openlayers. I will share these, all the three index.html or these three files, so you can just modify it. So now layer switcher is also there. So now we have to add those tiles which we have created here. For that, what we will do, okay, we'll simply use this only. This kind of thing. This is this now. This one, tile XYZ. So if you don't want to use Geoserver in between, what you do, just copy this and paste this one, and just let me just first give this Sentinel new overlayer tile. Just give any title. I will give Sentinel and just remove it as a base, no problem. Attribution you remove, no need of attribution. Now here layer, this URL you have to change this URL. So I'll show you how to do this, change this URL. So now as you can see, these tiles which we have saved, it is inside the Tomcat GWC web apps. So what we will do, we will copy this 8084 then comma, because directly inside the web app folder we have created the GWC data. So then we will go this GWC data India Punjab 9003 like this. So we'll copy this much and just change this to like this. Okay, now here ZYX we have to change this, because this Z means zoom level, 10 zoom, this is X and this is then Y PNG. So we have to, and Y is also in negative direction. So what we have to do, this is Z is okay, this should be X and this should be Y but in minus. So this should be our URL. And zoom level, no need to write any zoom. So this is our source and this is our tile. After that we will simply what we will do, let me just copy this also, because I don't want to waste the time. Yeah, here, this one, like this, overlays get layer, and just copy this. We are pushing that layer inside the overlays. So we have created this overlay layer group, and let me just save it. Now we'll run this. So now we have Sentinel image here, but zoom level we have to see. I think this is Ludhiana image, so we have to go somewhere here. From zoom level 11 we have started, so it should come after. So we have to inspect it first. Okay, EPSG code we forgot somewhere, so we have to write EPSG code also somewhere here. Projection we have to write projection EPSG 3857. So let me first access this, whether I'm able to access or not. Let me just go through. This is the Ludhiana. Okay, let me just first access the here. Instead of here, let me just GWC. Okay, zoom number 10, 727 603. So zoom number 10, 727 603. Okay, so there is some .png also. Okay, I forgot to write png. Sorry, .png. PNG. So as you can see now, at 603 PNG we are able to access. So after zoom level 10 we should be able to see. You can see before this image will not be there like this, because zoom number 9. From 10 you will start, because we have generated tiles from 10. After that 11, 12. So you can see. So it is right now, it is still blurred. As you can see, for this region it is fine because tile has been created. So how fast it is rendering now? Because nothing it is doing. already tiles has been created at different from zoom level 10 to 15. We are just rendering. You can see this, so many tiles are there, so many tiles at zoom level 15. So it is just rendering those files. Still it is creating here. Refresh, 2000 only out of 62,000. So it is, let it keep on creating these. So now you can see how quickly it is rendering now, whatever tiles. But thing is this, these are the static tiles. There is no GIS Geoserver in between, only these images are serving. So we are using this XY Z tile option. Okay, so now this is how fast you can see, because directly images are rendering. Now this is in the local directory. We'll see from the cloud one. You can go to the zoom level. So how quickly it is rendering. So this is very efficient. You can create a tiles at one go and then you can just let it render. So we have not gone up to that zoom level 15, 16 only. You can go for 18, 19 zoom also. So it will be more clear after that. So now we have seen this from the local directory, how we are rendering the file. So same thing can be done from the cloud. Like here you can see here under tiles, it has created this layer. Inside this is 9093 PNG default. So we will go up to this default one and we will go one back PNG here, and we will select this default one and just copy the URL. Copy URL from here. Now we will copy this URL here. We will again copy this thing and just we will paste this here. We will just USA, because USA layer is there. Let me just give USA here also, and just we'll change this link to X here, this much. So default, after that ZX -Y PNG is fine, I think, because after default we have, this is the zoom level, this is Y, then inside that we have PNG files. Fine. So now we will add this layer also and just will copy, push this inside the overlays and save it. Now we will refresh this page. So now we should be able to see somewhere here. Okay, there is some. Okay, here we have to write USA. So we have USA now. So we will just go to zoom level 7, because from 7 I think we have started. So it has started. Before that it will not come. 7, 8, 9. So you can see now for 4, 5, 6, 7 I think, or 4 zoom level we have created. So now tiles are coming. So now similarly these tiles are coming from the cloud. So tiles is stored directly without any Geoserver in between. These tiles are directly rendering. So there is no involvement of Geoserver into that. This is the one way if you want to statically rendering your tiles. So it will be very fast, as you can see here how fast it is rendering and all. Okay, now another way I'll show you using Geoserver. So combination of both the things. Let me just, now what we will do here inside the Geoserver, we have these two under tile layer. So what you can do, you can go for here PNG, and you can go this also for PNG. So you can, what you can do, right click, view source. So you can have from here, you can copy these codes. So what I have done, I have already simplified this code using WMTS service of Geoserver. That will also be very fast, but that will be between, like this static tiles will also come, or wherever tiles are not there, it will create the tiles simultaneously. Both the things will be done. So that is much more efficient, I think. So what we will do, this is the whole code. This much we have to code we have to include. So let me just go here and we will add one more. This line hole projection 3857. Extent of whole projection, this is the whole map extent. Matrix ID, what we will do, we will just remove this, no need of this. This resolution, we will copy all these things from there. I will delete these resolutions also. This is our main layer, so we'll tell where tile sentinel, fine. Type base, we will remove this, no need. Source is WMTS, we will change it here 8084, and we will just give the layer name. Layer name we have to give from here, this one, India, Punjab, Ludhiana. This is the name. This is matrix set. These parameter, these and this parameter you have to take from here. This is resolution matrix. I will show you from where you have to take. View source which we have taken here, from where we have to copy this. This is the grid names. So just copy this grid names, shift and so copy this whole grid names and paste here grid names, and just copy and just you write here matrix IDs, you just give grid names like this. This grid names should be matrix IDs. And resolution we have to copy one more thing. This is the resolution, shift and copy this and paste this also. And just resolution is fine. Only we have to change this matrix set now. Okay, this matrix set name is this one, EPSG00. Like this. So now if I add this, we should have one more layer, and I'll switch off this one. As you can see now, from this zoom level it is coming, because now Geoserver has come into picture, and it is taking both the tiles from the stored one also, and from which is creating on the fly. So both the things. So this is much more efficient. But this is the static also, you can without you do not need Geoserver dependency in that. Static tiles are there, you just directly render onto the web map using Openlayer. So this is, so we have this one is tile based, and this is including both. So this is much more effective, I think. So you can see here from this zoom also it is there, but this was at that zoom level because we have, okay, now but as you can see now in this also it is coming, because using this WMTS it has start creating, and it is start storing also. As you can see, I'll show you here at zoom level 3 also it has created, because using this. So this WMTS is much more effective because it will create and it will store the tiles also on the fly, both the thing like this. Maybe at zoom level 2 also it will create it after this 3 4. So at suppose I go to zoom level 17, so it will create on 17 also like this. Right now it is blurred, but it will create and it will save that. 17 18 also it has created now, you can see. So this is much more dynamic. So I prefer this second one is better to use. Now similarly for the second layer from the cloud also we can do same thing. Here we like tiled USA, SA. Here just change the name, which is top states. This is fine, this is fine. Projection is same, projection extent is fine. Okay, those all things you can check similarly for this also. Here you just right click, view source, you can copy resolutions and everything from here, like this grid name, shift, and I think grid name is similar, so let it be similar only. This code is fine, this is fine, only this resolution we have to copy again. and so I will give resolution 1 name, and here I will give resolution. Grid names, let it be same. Project extent, everything is same, no problem. Just simply we will render panel and copy this also, USA. Now let us see whether that layer will also come or not. I'll switch off these two. So Sentinel, this, okay, this is fine, and we will see USA. Now at this level also USA is coming. I have to zoom, it will create that and it will save. As you can see now, if you go here, it will create more and more zoom. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 also it is created now, because you have zoomed it to further level, 9, 10 also. So as you keep on zooming it, it will create and storing the tiles. So this is much more efficient way. You can create your tiles and additional tiles it will keep on creating. So I think this is a good way of doing it. So I'll save this. I will save these so you can use these codes also, and I will share in the description all those settings and everything. So now you in this you have seen how to, if you have a very large data set, very big data, so you can how to do using the tile caching and how to render it very fast, because satellite image takes much more resources. So rendering is very slow. As you can see in WMS, rendering is very slow, but here how fast is the rendering, as you can see. It is creating, and still you can see here this tiles are going on. This here 2000. Let me just refresh it. So 6000, 62,000. So let it be let it generate it. So I think guys that's it from this video. So what I will do, I will share these pages so you can go through this code also, and I will share the web links also from where I have downloaded those plugins and all, so you can try to run it at your end. So I think that's it guys from this video. Please give a thumbs up to the video and do subscribe the channel and share the video. Thank you. Thanks a lot for watching.